This bench is one of thousands and thousands of benches over thousands and thousands of years. Some built by nature, benches fallen logs or ledges of slate or edges straight from manufacturers of all kinds of benches, where people come to convene, cuddle, remember, forget, resist, settle, rest, reset. This bench is somewhere on the eastern seaboard of the United States of America, actually New York City to be exact. It's a bench that I walk by over and over, day after day, and I hear, and one day I stop, February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1987, and I listen, and I hear these sounds turn into the most beautiful, vulgar poetry I've ever heard before. That's right, we're in 1987. We're no longer in present time. Now, every year has moments that help define it. As an example, 1967, Aretha Franklin recorded and released the song Respect. The Black Panther Party marched into the California state capitol armed with a small arsenal of weapons, protesting a bill that would prohibit the carrying of firearms in public, open carry 50 years ago. And Jimi Hendrix lit his guitar on fire at the Monterey Pop Festival, foreshadowing the heat generated by the Summer of Love. 1977, the world's first personal computer is unveiled, the Commodore PET. Gary Gilmore is executed by an all-volunteer firing squad with the reinstitution of the death penalty. His last words are, "Let's do it." Years later, a Nike ad man remembers this, comes up with the juggernaut phrase, "Just do it." Jimmy Carter succeeds Gerald Ford as the 39th President of the United States, and he immediately pardons all Vietnam War draft evaders. 1987, the year we're in now. A gallon of gas costs 85 cents. Prozac, The Simpsons, and Fox Broadcasting all make their debut. The New York City subway gunman Bernard Goetz is acquitted on all charges except one after shooting 4 African-American youth. Keith Haring's Crack is Whack mural is put under protection by the New York City Parks Department. And the myth that a sneeze, a cough, any ordinary interaction can cause the spread of AIDS, that myth is exploding. Northwest Airlines refuses to allow a passenger on a plane who's contracted HIV. A school board in Arcadia, Florida, refuses to let 3 brothers ages 8, 9, and 10 into their elementary school classroom because they have HIV. Senator Jesse Helms and TV evangelist Pat Robertson are calling for quarantines. They're calling it a plague, the gay cancer. And then something beautiful happens. Pope John Paul II lands in the United States, shockingly and lovingly embraces an AIDS-infected child. He meets with over 100 Catholic AIDS patients, 2 of which are priests, 1 an archbishop. And another positive moment in a very paranoid and uninformed world, Princess Diana shakes hands with 9 AIDS patients to show that it's safe. There is no harm. Finally, 1987, a New York real estate bigwig releases his first book, The Art of the Deal, making him a household name. I would guess that there are some people in the audience and those watching at home, 1987, haven't even been born yet. Oh, what's up, JD? That deep fry looks real good. Smell good too. I gotta get me a drink, that's what I think. carry my ass over to the liquor store and move me out some liquor. And then I'll be feeling much better, much quicker. What's the use of getting sober when you love getting drunked up? Let me see now. I got 2 checks coming in this week. I got my government name check coming on Friday, and I got my application name check coming on Tuesday, and I got my nobody's name check coming on Wednesday. I got my nobody's name check. Got that nobody's name check written on a piece of paper here somewhere. Where's that nobody's name written on that piece of paper? Ah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got the phone number. See there, I got the phone number, JD. I'm gonna make myself a call, get down there and get some free clothes and stuff, you know? She always hooked me up with really good stuff. Oh, one time I went down there, I had a 2-piece special. I had a 2-piece, I had the pants, and comes walking this push brother wearing a jacket to the pants to my suit. I said, give me my jacket. He said, give me my pants. I said, these ain't your pants. I'm the only man wearing the pants up in this here soup kitchen. He said, well, you ain't gonna wear the jacket. I said, let your ass out that jacket so I can try it on. He said, Graveyard, you tricky old tree frog. I know you. I put you in this jacket, I have to go hose you down with WD-40 to get you out. No, my brother. Well, guess what? I don't need no jacket. I got the pants. I need me some deep fry. Give me a thigh, JD. No. What you mean no? I said, give me a thigh. No. Well then, give me one of them wings then.
No way, Graveyard. Gabby gave this chicken to me. You had no part in the deal.
What you mean I had no part in the deal, man? I was standing right beside you.
So?
So I was standing right beside you, giving Gabby my best inside for looks. You know, I was standing there with my hands hanging low down by their sides. They was trembling and shit. I call that my money shake, you know? People give you money when you do that. My eyes is all yellow and droopy, teeth just sitting there rotting in front of his face. He was looking at me like I was some poor old little alley cat without no mama cat to care for me. And that's when he saw fit to give you them extra pieces of deep fry, because he knew I'd be needing some too. So don't be telling me I had no part in the deal, man. Now give me some of that
Graveyard. No means no. No.
Look here, man. Now I want you to think back, huh? Now why were you out here freezing in the first place, huh? How come we not up at the shelter eating our supper? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you a pickified motherfucker, can't keep his britches down long enough not to piss him. And I'm the stupider motherfucker for sticking up for your ass. Jumping up between feuding you and some Joe. Joe got something for you today. I don't know what it is. But I was ready to back you up, JD. He's swinging his cane around. I was behind you. I was idling like a chrome Cadillac. I had your back. Now you got the chow. I don't care how. I want some. Thank you.
Jerk.
You welcome, Graveyard, for sticking with me and being my friend when everyone else treated me like a dog.
Not you, jerk. Joe Jerk. The blood clot with the cane. Talking shit about me, right? JD did what? JD's doing who? I'm doing anyone's none of that little turd's business.
Oh, man. You know they just lies he's telling. Why you let that take such a bother to you? That's a hard sight.
He's lying just to make himself feel better, Graveyard. He likes Lorraine and she likes Joe. We both know that. We all know that. Yet he's out here, he's casting slurs on you, me, everybody, trashing him. If that was me,
Yeah, JD, if that was you.
I don't know. I'd either run from it or run for it. Lorraine's pulling herself back together here and putting her life back together, and Joe's out here just tearing it apart.
Sound like a case of inner turmoil and conflict, JD.
What do you mean, Graveyard?
You know, like you love something so much that, you know, you love it so much you get scared of it. And then you're so scared of it, you hate it and you can't stand it, but you love it.
Yeah. That, and he's got no respect.
You got respect, JD?
I sure do, Graveyard.
Good. Then respect me with another piece of that deep fry. What did the saucer say to the cup? He said, give it up, my brother, give it up. Nah.
Should have finished his cup and saucer ass from the rip.
Nah, it's a good thing you didn't, JD. Your ass be up in Rikers Island right now, catching cases with some other fools, instead of sitting out here, eating this here fine food with me. You don't get no chicken like this in no Rikers Island, JD. You remember that now. Gabby all right sometimes.
Yeah. So long as you give him the right look.
Yeah, I call that my money shake.
I need a cigarette, Graveyard. Give me 25 cents.
Mm-mm.
You mean, give me 25 cents.
No, man, you can't get no cigarettes from Gabby no more.
What?
Yeah, Gabby say he ain't gonna sell you no more Lucy's. You know, you come around, you're bad for business.
Gabby said that?
Yeah, he said when you come in the store all high, you scare away the lady customers, so no more. He ain't gonna take your bottles either. No deposit, no return, JD.
He says that after we cleaned up all the trash from behind his store? He won't even sell us an individual cigarette?
Yo, man, JD, I would not be messing with our steady flow of leftovers, man. Don't be messing. You know him, he'd call the cops. They'll pinch you for breathing, gonna violate you.
We washed his buckets with bleach on our hands, and he won't even sell us a cigarette? He gives us chicken.
Well, at least he looked you in the eye when he talked to you.
Yeah, he looks you in the eye and he gives you chicken. I don't need his chicken, Graveyard. Christ Church serves chicken on Thursday afternoon, puts this chicken to shame. Son of a bitch has got nerve. You got a cigarette? Need a cigarette!
JD sits behind the wheel of a heavy haul rig Detroit diesel Delta CCR5 500 horsepower tractor trailer. JD's been driving for over 15 years and he's unquestionably road trained, has logged thousands of miles and takes meticulous care of his equipment. Tonight, he's hauling a heavy load, 20 tons of steel beam, an enormous stretch of skyscraper. He's a little drowsier than normal, having driven 13 straight hours without a break. Not unheard of in his business, but definitely over the legal limit by definition. His rig swerves to the left side of the road, bounces off a nearby guardrail, and careens into a cement bridge pillar in an explosion of steel and cinder. JD's ejected through the windshield, his head battered against the bridge. Hours go by, medics finally arrive, take him to the hospital. When he gets there, he stays for 5 months. Once he's discharged, he walks forth having survived a traumatic brain injury where he suffered cerebral scarring in the frontal lobe where the bones imploded and scattered. By all appearances, JD looks normal. But due to his brain injury, he's no longer able to drive. He loses his truck, he loses his apartment, he loses his bearings, and he winds up floating to Mexico, where the peso to dollar exchange is 2,000 to 1, and he finds affordable medication. Then he's on the East Coast, where he is right now, where he lives in a halfway house, and he pulls down a meager disability and walks in a constant state of opioid insomnia. JD was always a loner. Now he's always alone.
Need a cigarette!
Oh, there ain't nothing like a cigarette, huh, JD? All that blue blood flowing all through your veins, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Graveyard.
That's a good feeling, ain't it?
Yeah, it sure is, Graveyard.
You dig that feeling, don't you?
Yeah, so give me the quarter.
Yo, man, I told you, I ain't gonna give you the quarter. Gabby ain't gonna take none of your...
Graveyard, give me the quarter.
I'm gonna give you this quarter. But don't you come back here expecting no sympathy from old Graveyard. You got your lip all busted up.
Thank you.
little jerk. Go on. Take your case quarter. Man. Hey, look at that. Hey, kitty. Hey, little kitty. You want some chicken, huh? Come on. Take it. I'm all food up, but you can have some if you want. You want choked to death on that old bone so gravy I'll have himself a soft pillow for his head tonight? Oh. I go to sleep right here in that cat's shadow. He been sitting on the windowsill sometimes, some night. He be turning his head, casting shadows all over my mind. 9 lives. I got 7 more to go. I wake up in the morning, I push my head up, I'll still be a bum. I push it half a century, it's all right. I say a couple prayers, throw a couple Hail Marys, have some Courvoisier and a PBJ. Everything will be okay. Graveyard. Graveyard, wake up, you. Wake up, you freaking bum. These damn shoes are too tight. Jimmy got me these shoes free from the Salvation Army. They're too damn tight. They got a good shine on them, though, huh? He got me a pair of black patent leathers once. Now those shoes had a nice fit. Not like these. These are too tight. It's gonna take a while for these are ready. Hey, Marky. What's going down, Mark? Oh, not much, Joe. It's kind of good over here, huh, tonight? Oh, yeah, it's all right. Not bad for a weeknight. Who's that, Graveyard Joe? Yeah, look at him. It's all like a campfire with a curfew. What are you up to, Mark? Oh, not much, Joe. Just finishing my last cigarette, then I gotta get going. Oh, stick around, Mark. I got cigarettes. Another day in this area, huh? You make it down to the Whaley kitchen today, Mark? No, I didn't get over there today, Joe. Where'd you go? Columbus? Divinity. Oh, Divinity. Come on, Mark. I told you they serve hot dogs for pot roast down there. Told you every Wednesday the Whaley kitchen serves a whole damn turkey. Today I had mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, gravy, green beans, schnitzel, and I walked out with a big bag of bagels. No one said nothing to you, Joe? Nah, not down at the Whaley. They want you to eat down there, Mark. No shame, no blame. A week ago Tuesday, they had prosciutto. Did you ever have prosciutto, Mark? Prosciutto? Prosciutto. It's the cotton candy of meat. Oh, sweet, Joe. Go on, Mark. Have a bagel. Here, it's 17 bagels right in the fucking bag. Go on, have one. Really, Joe? Yeah, go on. That's the least I'll do for you. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you, Joe. I appreciate you too, Mark. You got a big heart, Joe. Well, I'm friendly, but I'm not social, Mark. I think it's a good way to be. No, Joe, I mean in the bag. The heart. Oh, yeah. Valentine's Day. Every day is Valentine's Day. Somebody gave it to me. You got a sweetheart, Joe?
No, I don't got a sweetheart, Mark. You got a sweetheart?
I got a couple, actually. Not really, but I got my eyes on someone. Well, that's a heck of a shine on them shoes, Joe. They new.
Yeah, they're new. They're too damn tight.
Wow. God, that's some clean shoes, Joe.
Oh, they're clean, all right, Mark. They're cleaner than my underwear.
You got dirty underwear on, Joe?
With a butt like mine, you better believe my underwear's dirty.
Oh, I do believe, Joe. You know Lorraine?
Lorraine the Drain?
Lorraine Lester. I went over to Lorraine's house the other day, and she got all her dirty underwear lying around everywhere, Joe. That gets her dirty laundry. She got all her clothes lying everywhere. You know, she never wears any of that stuff. She should give some of that stuff to the Salvation Army.
Salvation Army wouldn't take her clothes if she paid them.
Jeez, Joe, she never wears nothing but that same old red dress week after week.
Stay away from her, Mark. She's been wearing that red dress for years.
She just don't change her clothes, Joe. She don't know no better.
She knows better. She confided in me, Mark. She told me. Sometimes she'll go 6 or 7 weeks without taking a shower. Says her piss-poor personal hygiene keeps the predators and harassers away. Maybe there's something to that dirty red dress after all.
I mean, she picky, Joe?
Picky? Come on, Mark. No, she just developed a tactic to dial down the predators. Picky. Christ, everyone in this town's had a turn on her. Fusco noodled her. Freaking junkie. She bent over a bike rack. He stuck it so far up her bingo, she screamed across the park like a Notre Dame seagull. She picky. Give her clothes to the Salvation Army. She ain't got enough money to be giving her clothes to the Salvation Army.
Well, Lorraine got money, Joe.
Yeah, she got money. She gets her SSI first of the month. Of course she got money.
No, Joe, I mean, Lorraine got money all the time, not just the beginning of the month. She got a real job now.
Oh, that depends. You think a real job's changing poopy diapers. Don't let her swindle you, Marky. She can't even afford to feed her damn dog. You've seen that dog. He's sicker looking than she is.
Oh, Turf's a good dog, Joe.
That's a miserable fucking dog. Skin's all wrapped around his ribs. It looks like one of them creatures from the Star Wars. That dog's a pit bull, Marky. He should be built like a ball of muscle.
Lorraine said his name used to be Poco, but she renamed him to Turf. She said she felt sorry for him because he pooped on all the grass in the neighborhood. And now he has not got no more grass to poop on, so now she's letting him poop on the kitchen floor.
Seen her kitchen floor. It's gross.
That ain't fair, Joe. That ain't fair. A dog have to go to the bathroom on the kitchen floor like that, Joe. That ain't natural. There ought to be more grass for dogs to poop on, Joe.
There ought to be more grass for people to wipe the poop off their shoes with, Mark. Never mind more grass for dogs to poop on. You see these shoes? Jimmy got me these shoes free from the Salvation Army. And if I ever step in Lorraine's dog poop in these shoes, I'm gonna kick his skinny bindle of bones right out the window.
Well, she got a nice place anyway, Joe. 3 rooms, not including the bathroom.
I got a room and a bathroom down the hall. Besides, I know her place, Marky. You shouldn't be going over there.
Oh, I like to just go over there and help her clean up when I'm there, Joe, you know? Because she got all these coffee tables and dressers, and she's got all these porcelain dolls all over the tables and stuff. And she's got this big group of yellow swans with red beaks. She calls them the Swanee family, Joe. And one time I was there, she bent my ear over for an hour and a half telling me the whole family history of the Swanee family. She got a story for every one of those swans.
She's whack.
She's all right, Joe.
She's a manual release technician.
Oh, Joe.
She's probably getting down with the mayor, for crying out loud.
Oh, she's getting down with the mayor. That's funny, getting down with the mayor.
Peddling her goods in and out of the house day and night. She's gonna get knocked up again and have another AIDS baby.
She got a kid, Joe?
Kid's dead.
Kid's dead?
That's right. So you stay clear of her. Who knows what you'll catch dust in her house. She gave her that good buddy 10-4 JD, too.
Does that mean anybody who's been with Lorraine got it, Joe?
Hell no, Mark. I've been with her. I'm no idiot. I know better to stick it to her without putting a cover on it. I use the plastic bags. How do you know all this, Joe? I know because I keep my eyes and my ears open. Fusco got AIDS from Needle. Everyone knows that. He still spends his time down at the shooting gallery. It's like what we used to say in the Merchant Marines. You don't dock your dick if you don't want it to stick.
Oh, I get it, Joe.
Yeah, you get it. And Fusco got it too.
But wait, I thought Fusco came clean.
Fusco clean? When farts get bottled for air freshener. You mentioned dope in that junkie's head. Spins around like a compass magnet. He's cracking up too. He's gonna be a rock star, him and Junkie John. Should have been down the Whaley kitchen today, Marky. I told JD, I told that infected fool off.
What'd he say, Joe? Was he denying it?
Of course he was denying it. Said he never did Lorraine in his life. He's just scared. Scared to face the truth.
Oh, JD ain't scared of nothing.
Oh, yeah? Then why'd he run off his head, gushing blood?
Oh, JD never run from you in his life.
Oh, you don't know nothing, Graveyard. You were too busy stuffing your face with turkey. He's scared, Marky.
So what'd he do, Joe? He come at you?
Oh, he come at me all right. I hold him off with the cane till I get a good shot on him. Boom! Right on his freaking head. Come at me a second time, I get him with the rubber tip in the ribs. That's when I noticed the blood.
Oh, geez, Joe, you struck blood.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. But that's what scared me, though. He's got all that virus swimming around him. I said, you take off. You get out of here and take your damn disease with you. Go on, take that high five, ninja. He took off holding his head. He knew.
You lying motherfucker. Stop lying.
Screw you, stop lying. I ain't lying, Graveyard.
Why don't you tell Mark here some of the truth?
Yeah, and what's that?
The JD would have played your head like a box of crackers if I didn't come between y'all.
Oh, that's big bullshit, Graveyard. Quit covering up for him. I beat his ass, and you know it.
You know, ever since you got that replacement hip, Joe, you think you could take on the whole world. You should be more careful who you talking about.
Yeah, what about you, Graveyard?
What about me, Joe?
Hey, you'd probably be over there getting busy with Lorraine, too. If you could only get the hydraulics to work.
Yeah, what about you, Joe?
What about me, Graveyard?
You over there playing Pokemon, too?
Yeah, that's right. But I'm not some asshole full funky junkie like Fusco pumping dead sperms down Lorraine's. I take the necessary precautions.
Well, you better start taking the necessary precautions around JD. Because he just about had it with you, Joe.
Ah, you don't know nothing, Graveyard.
You calling me a liar, Joe?
I ain't calling you nothing. I'm just telling you don't know crapola.
Whatever you say, Joe. Whatever you say.
So what do you know, Graveyard?
Not much. I know a good piece of deep fry when I see one.
Liar.
Now you calling me a liar.
Yeah, that's right. What are you gonna do about it?
Ain't much to do about it, Joe. Ain't much to do.
Yeah, you see that, Mark? Scared. Just like his partner. Goddamn gutless.
You calling me chicken, Joe?
Yeah, look at you. You're eating your own kind, too.
That's enough, Joe. That's enough.
Well, let's go, chicken. Step up to the bench. I'll punch a bone right out of your neck.
My mother cut my brother and I washed his ass.
I ain't your brother. Lucky for you. Quit the bullshit. Let's go.
The moment the bone cleaver left Graveyard's hand, he knew his life was changed forever. The rectangular steel spun in an end-over-end blur before it sunk itself between the shoulder blades of the young teen who had just robbed him at gunpoint at his store. It had sunk in with a familiar sound Graveyard had heard many, many times before, but that was always as it sunk into beef flank or pork shank or chicken breast, not human flesh. Graveyard catches up to the kid about 500 feet from his store, stands over him in agony, staring. The kid is wheezing, coughing, asking, why? Why did you do this to me? And then he passes out. The police arrive, guns. Get on the ground. Graveyard gets on the ground, brutally cuff him. They whisk the boy to the hospital and take Graveyard into custody. At the hospital, the boy is revived and he's told he'll probably never walk again. Graveyard is charged with and convicted of assault with a deadly weapon. The moment he left the premises of his store, he was no longer considered just a victim of a robbery, but was now responsible for the young man's grievous injuries. Graveyard survived Vietnam fairly intact, but he didn't do as well after 7 years of incarceration. He was released from prison, given a $20 bill and a bus pass. With very little support services, didn't know where to turn. He went back to his house and saw that the door had been taken off the frames when the bank repossessed it. His deli was taken by the bank as well. His wife left him. Graveyard swallowed his pride, took on unsavory work in a factory, after which he took on a job as a gravedigger, hence the nickname.
Sad sucker, you don't know who you're dealing with. I'm dealing with an asshole, come on.
Yeah, well, you Quezon, Wheateen Province, 1972. I shot a man, a wife, 2 children.
Case on my ass, let's go.
Joe, you messing with the wrong dude. I'm gonna put a chip in your crow.
You want to, you Mickey Mouse, and you're gonna fight or what? Let's do it then, let's do it.
You son of a...
What in God's name are you doing, Joe? Stay out of this, JD. This is none of your business. Me and this motherfucker throwing down. No, you're not. Look, there's blood. There's blood on his forehead. You had a little problem with Gabby, Joe.
He's saying he bloodied your head with his cane, JD.
You bloodied my head, Joe? Yeah! And there's the blood to prove it. Now, why would you do this, Joe?
Keep your disease to yourself.
Disease, Joe? Your AIDS! Your little wee-wee's gonna fall off, JD. Really, Joe? Yeah, really. I seen you. You and Lorraine in front of the mayor's office. You were rolling out your tar paper. Mayor came down himself, threw your tail in jail, and she ate all your sandwiches.
Stay away from me, JD.
No, you stay away from me, Joe. Talking all kinds of crap about Fusco and Lorraine, me and Lorraine. Face it, Joe. Everybody's doing it with Lorraine.
I ain't doing it with Lorraine, JD. I'm not either.
Really, Mark? Come on. You can't be that stupid, Joe.
I just clean a place, JD.
That's right. He helps her clean her damn apartment. Mark knows better than to be getting involved with Lorraine.
Oh, really, Joe? He's over there all the time. He's cleaning up. Go on, Mark. Tell him. Tell him how you clean up when you're...
I just clean a place, JD.
You don't gotta say nothing.
Why not? You already know, Joe?
He don't know shit from the truth, JD.
Oh, quit squawking, Graveyard. Let's do it again. Let's go then. What the hell, JD? Shut your mouth, Joe. Shut your mouth. Now, you ask Mark. What? You ask him. Ask him to tell you the truth. All right, then. Go on. Go on, Mark. Tell him. Tell him how you like to clean up when you're...
I just clean a place, JD. That's all. I just clean.
See that, JD? There's your truth. He likes to dust when he's... They're all over her figurines. There's your truth, you animal.
You really want to know the truth, Joe?
Yeah. Go on.
I didn't want to say nothing to her. I see, Lorraine got this friend, Jeannie.
He, she, Jeannie.
Jeannie. You know, I got this crush on Jeannie, you know, and so I'm over at Lorraine's and she's kind of teaching me how to get Jeannie to reciprocate, you know, so we kissed.
You kissed Jeannie?
No, Joe. I kissed Lorraine, but I mean like movie kisses, you know, like Hollywood kisses, fake kisses, you know, and kind of touched her.
You touched her?
Yeah, you know, just like practicing for Jeannie, because simple stuff, Joe, like holding her hand and brushing her hair, stuff like that. You know, because I got this crush on Jeannie, and I don't want to say nothing to you, Joe, because I knew you liked Lorraine, and I thought if I...
What the hell are you talking about? I liked Lorraine. Never said nothing like that.
You know you didn't, Joe, but she did. Told me all kinds of stuff. Told me how you like to make her coffee the way she likes it, and sometimes you go buy her flowers and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, and then sometimes, you know, I'll go out, I'll pick up her prescription for her, and then we practice, and sometimes she let me call her Rainey, and she called me Jojo.
The fuck?
But I never said nothing to you, Joe. Because I thought you would think I wasn't being truthful, you know. I thought you'd think I was lying and you wouldn't want to hang out no more.
Nobody wants to hang out with Mark. Nobody wants to play with him. Mark's tiring, he's tedious, he's different, he's difficult. He has difficulty making friends. He has difficulty maintaining friends. Sounds like remarks on a report card, doesn't it? Well, it is. Almost every report card Mark got reads like this. This 21-year-old, boyish, trust fund kid was pushed from institution to asylum to private school, never getting the mentoring that his parents should have given him, that he always desired. And now, 21 years old, his hair is thinning, his face is pocked, his voice is cracking, due to years of constant analysis, being overly medicated, and the occasional electroshock therapy. No one listens to Mark, no one cares about what he says except Joe. Joe does, Joe hears him, he empathizes, he sympathizes with Mark. He pushes Mark to tap into his inner terror and to resist ever being a balanced being. And Mark revels in Joe's counsel. He loves this place out on the street where he meets this hobo and that bum and this inmate. And he then takes this information that he's learned, brings it to the halfway house that he's been placed in for now, where he's now able to employ his new tricks, traps, and treachery.
Well, you're right, Mark. I don't want to hang out no more.
Really, Joe? You serious?
Dead ass serious. Dead ass.
Well, it's simple then, Joe. You quit denying it now.
Ain't that simple, JD. I know who's been with Lorraine. That's no government secret.
Well, why don't you keep your mouth shut and quit annihilating things?
You don't want to know, JD.
Yeah, Joe, I do. You got flexing proving problems, and it's making life miserable for all of us.
'Cause you don't know. Ever since Fusco took her down under that bridge, I knew it was over between her and me. He'd give her to death, and he'd give it to me, too. And when I took her to that hospital, it's the emergency room, they wouldn't let me in. Couldn't prove I was next of kin. So I watched from the glass outside, rubbing my hand back and forth on that glass like it was that baby's back, till my fingers went cold, until it perished. That baby came in the world on the same bed it left the world. 6 months ago today.
Wow. Look at that graveyard. There is love in that nuclear wasteland where his heart's supposed to be.
They killed my kid. They killed my seed.
Your kid? Your old lady?
My old lady's dead. My kid's dead.
Everybody's dead, Joe. Everybody's dead.
Thank you.
Well, I ain't dead, JD. I ain't dead, motherfuckers.
You think you dead, Joe? Think you dead? All your life you've been jumping from pillar to post, port to port to port. All of a sudden now you want to settle down and get your ass a woman? Then go get yourself a woman, Joe. Be a man for a change in your life. Be a man. Don't doubt around, Joe. Don't doubt around. Get your ass over to the Lorraine house and tell her how you feel. Be the change you want to be. You want to be. Be a man, Joe. Be a man. Be a man. Be a man. Be a man.
Knock it off, graveyard. Quit screwing around.
Ain't nobody screwing around here, Joe. Be a man. Be a man. Be a.
I'll be a man, graveyard. I'll be a man before you make boy.
Be a man. 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 Be a man.
Ah! All right, enough. You guys.
got something for you, Rainey.
What are you doing here, Joe?
I got something for you.
What do you got for me, Joe? Huh? What do you got? Hey, easy, Lorraine. What do you got, baby? What do you got?
Hey. No, Lorraine, it's not like that. You're all right.
I'm a lady, all right.
That's right, you're a lady.
I'm a pretty lady.
Yeah. Oh. I like your face, Lorraine.
You like it?
Yeah. Soft.
You like to touch it, Joe?
Yeah, I do.
Don't touch me. Touch me.
I like your skin. Smooth.
My skin is smooth, Joe?
Yeah, it's soft.
Do you like those teeth marks?
Those are teeth marks.
Yeah,
And I thought those were beauty marks.
they are. Do you like them?
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Kiss me, Jojo.
All right, wait. No, wait. Stop, Lorraine. It's not like that no more.
What do you mean, Joe? I'm Lorraine the Drain. Remember, that's what you call me.
No, Lorraine, you're not. You're my Rainy. You're my rainy day girl on a sunny day.
No, Joe, I'm not. I'm going to tell you what I am, and you're going to see what I am.
No, Lorraine, I ain't got to see nothing or hear nothing.
No, Joe, you do. When Mark comes over, he's always so gentle. Lorraine, I didn't know I was going to do this today.
Stop, Lorraine, please. I don't want to hear it.
And JD. It's tender, JD. It's tender.
Yeah, like black and blue sirloin tender.
But he's so brutal.
Stop it, Lorraine. I don't want to see it.
And then Graveyard. Hey, kitty. Papa Cat's here ready to get up and get down on some cat chow.
Stop it. You ain't gonna be like that no more.
Face it, Joe. We're both up Schitt's Creek. And
We can be each other's paddles, Lorraine.
you see how it is that you still want to hang out tonight?
I want to make it right, Lorraine. I want to make you happy. Today's the day. I want to change our world. I can't locate myself. I don't know, and I like it. I want to make you content.
I've got contempt for your content.
Lorraine, we had a kid.
I had a kid, Joe.
It was still ours.
He was stillborn.
Rainey, you told me you had a name for it. You wouldn't tell me its name.
That's right, I wouldn't tell you his name.
It was a he.
He was a he.
Please, Rainey, tell me my name.
Daniel.
Daniel. Daniel. Could have been a Danny. Would have been a Danny.
Daniel!
I can feel him, Lorraine.
You got feelings, Joe?
Yeah, I do.
Let me feel it. You like the way that feels, Joe?
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's all I got for you. There's nothing here. It's dead. I'm dead.
I ain't dead, Lorraine. I ain't dead. I love you. I love you. I never loved nothing more in my entire life. Never nothing but you.
Acta non verba. Deeds, not words. Acta non verba. That is the Merchant Marine dictum, and the dictum Joe once lived by when he was an officer in the Merchant Marines. On the early morning of January 21st, 1961, the break bulk cargo ship, the SS Dali Termin, was surfing the outer fringes of Super Typhoon Betty in the Pacific Ocean when it got a distress call from a Japanese vessel. The Japanese ship had hit an object and was taking on water, and the dispatch for the Termin was to go rescue the sailors. Joe was one of 10 men who jumped in a lifeboat, fought the raging Betty, and rescued and evacuated all of the sailors onto the Termin. Everybody back on board of the ship was given a special citation, and Joe was awarded a very special one, a rare honor, the Gallant Ship Citation Ribbon, because he had dismissed the fact that he broke his leg during the rescue and carried on until the last sailor was safely aboard the Termin. Today, Joe lives in a Section 8 SRO with a bathroom down the hall. The excitement in his life peaks every 2 weeks when he takes a 40-minute bus ride to his P.O. box where he picks up his medical benefits, Social Security, and his veterans check. Life
is monotony on shore and an anonymous march to the grave for Joe, someone who was once hailed as an American hero.
It ain't love, Joe. It's just jealous jazz. That's all it is. Now get out of here. You're making my stomach buckle.
No, Lorraine, I brought something for you. I bought this for you.
You bought this for me?
Yeah, well, now I ain't gonna lie. I didn't bought it, I brought it. Would you give us a shot, Lorraine? Will you give me a shot?
Why, Joe? Because you brought me a box of candies in a heart shape?
Well, actually, there ain't no candy in it.
What?
Yeah, they all fell out. It's just a pretty box. Nothing in it.
Joe, what good is a heart with nothing in it? I already got that.
Lorraine, I'm bringing you my heart. I'm bringing you my feelings.
I left my feelings in a bedpan in the emergency room, Joe.
Rainey, I'm on my bended knee with my heart in my hand. I know it sounds corny.
I'm not sure I can handle what's in your heart, Joe.
Lorraine dismissed her last class of the day with a great satisfaction in knowing she'd made an impact on her students. Her fierce and energetic teaching style was the hallmark of her classroom, but that same passion came back to bite her. She went out to the car in the parking lot, was met by 2 police detectives and the vice principal, and walked back into the cafeteria into an interrogation. Lorraine had been accused by a young student of fondling and molesting him, but the boy, angry at her for not passing him in the previous semester, had made the whole thing up. This launched a 3-year soul-crushing legal battle. Lorraine was exiled from her friends, her family, her community, her school. Paralyzed and demoralized, she took a hit of crack one night, found relief. This sent her into a 5-year odyssey of drug addiction, prostitution, alcoholism, and ultimately contracting HIV/AIDS. Then one day, she was out getting cigarettes, and a 1 in a million chance found her. One of her least inspired pupils was in the deli, and he saw her and he pulled her aside and he told her, "Ms. Lorraine, you changed my life." He told her that her passion and excitement around learning and reading sent him to the great abyss of reading for hours on end. And now he has graduated college and he teaches disabled children in a school just around the corner. This shocked Lorraine. It jolted her, knocked her out of her numbness. She reminded herself she was once a good person and that all people have the capacity to be good, loving people again. And so the Lorraine we see now, the one that's being discussed out on this bench, she's free of drug and alcohols for over a year. She got licensed as a nurse's aide and got a job at a convalescent home with the elderly, nurturing the little bit of life that's still left inside of her. She still smokes cigarettes. She still swears like a sailor or a merchant marine. She still spends time occasionally with the guys, 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the future, sharing food and affection from time to time. She still battles the illnesses related to her HIV. And she maintains that there still is inside of Joe a hero waiting to live and embrace a full life again. Acta non verba. Rainey, then what can you handle? What do you want?
Can you come back tomorrow, Joe?
Tomorrow?
Maybe I'll know tomorrow.
Would you call me Daniel?
Daniel.
Rainey,
What?
I ain't dead. I ain't dead.
Good night, Daniel.
Good night, Lorraine.
You guys.
Did you see her?
Yeah, I saw her.
You all right, Joe?
Don't call me that. Call me Daniel. My name is Daniel.
Okay. Danny. You all right, Danny?
Daniel! Daniel.
Daniel's all right. Anybody want a cigarette? Gabby gave me 2 packs.
Yeah, let me have a cigarette from my man Daniel. He's a man now.
I ain't dead.
This bench is one of thousands and thousands of benches with thousands and thousands of stories to tell, where people come to heartbreak or love make, or be alone on the phone, or mend with a friend. We're no longer in 1987 anymore. No, we're back in present time. HIV/AIDS still exists. It's manageable for better or worse. The stigmas have lessened. Homeless numbers have risen to over 500,000 in the United States. A quarter of them, people experiencing homelessness. A quarter of them are children. 50,000 are U.S. veterans. And yet, there's hope. Why? Because people come to places like this, to watch things like this, and to perhaps, hopefully, leave here with more care in their hearts to share and spread their wings to transform our world. Because from the Empire State in New York to the City of Angels in California, the angels can't fly high when the people are living so low.
You know she's more to the truth. You can't stop the lies once they're started.